In this video, we will cover how to remove and clean the FFC cables for the GT3. Start by first turning off the unit. Then also unplug the power cable from the back of the printer. If your printer is backed up to a wall, you'll need to pull it out to access the cable. Next, we will want to open the front cover to the point it locks into the highest position. At the carriage, just under the mounting plate for the circuit board, there are two pieces of silicone tubing that fix the cover from being able to be removed. We will want to reach under and remove those two pieces and set them aside for now. Next, unplug the white cable from the top of the carriage PCB. Then unhook the upper carriage cover from the bottom. The upper piece is held in 4 spots and should slip right out of the bottom cover when you pull on it near one of the 4 designated areas. In the same place where you removed the silicone tube pieces earlier, you'll need to pull the sleeving down off the screws that the tubing slid over, in order to pull the sleeve up and off the carriage board. Once you pull the sleeve off the board, set it to the side for now. Next, depending on which FFC cables need to be cleaned, we will want to release them by gently pulling the black locking plate towards us. Here we will take a closer look. As you can see, you do not want to use excessive force as the locking plate can be broken. Pull softly outwards until the cable releases only. You can go ahead and remove any of the cables that need to be cleaned at this time. Note that each cable is labeled on the board. Just in case, here are the labels for each slot and FFC from the angle you would see them as if you're standing in front of the printer. If you need time to review this, please pause the video here. To clean the removed cables, you'll need to use denatured alcohol and a wet paper towel. Back at the printer, you'll want to grab the FFC as shown and rub the silver metal pieces at the tip of the cable. Ensure that they are completely cleaned off. Repeat this process for any additional cables you'll need to clean off. Afterwards, it is best to get a dry paper towel and wipe them completely dry. Be sure to dry each cable and do not be afraid to let them air dry a minute or 2 after we have dried them with the paper towel. We can now begin reseating the cables. Take the cable with the silver bars at the end facing up and set it first on top of the black locking plate. Then push it under the white plastic plate. With the bars inserted evenly and as far as they will go into the slot, holding it in place, then with the tips of your fingers, slide the black locking tabs forward so that it locks the cable in place. Note, if you push one side forward first, the other side can kick out. It is sometimes best to take and push one side of the tab in and hold it while holding the cable. Then push the other side in as well. It is important that the silver bars still showing coming away from the white plastic are completely even. If they are even slightly uneven, you should stop and repeat the reseating process before continuing on to any cable or closing the covers up. Once we have completed reseating all the cables, we can proceed to put the carriage PCB cover back on as shown above. We will want to put the sleeving in place, wrapping it on the front and back. The front side will need to be orientated so that you can slide it back onto the screws as shown above. Remember, there are 4 places the PCB top cover needs to slide through the bottom cover. You can flex the pieces slightly to get them to go through. You can now reattach the white encoder PCB harness back to the board. Then we will want to put those tubing pieces back onto the screws, holding the cover in place. With these steps completed, go ahead and close the upper front cover all the way to the resting position. Reconnect the power cable at the back of the printer and move it back into place if you pulled it away from the wall. Next, switch the power button back on. Assuming you were cleaning the FFC cables due to an error code or signal issue of some kind, let the printer start up and then check to see if the issue is still present. If you need additional support, please fill out our web form at brotherdtg.com/help for further assistance.